Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to my channel. So if you watched my first video, I mentioned that I'm working on this mini American Girl dolls, mini American Girl mini room. So these dolls are about 6.5 inches tall. And as you can see, I already made her, this is Melody, a little Hogwarts robe, which was a little bit rough. It was my first attempt at making one this size. I didn't really have a pattern. I kind of made my own. And obviously the patch didn't work out the greatest. I think it'd be better off if I find some felt, maybe sew a felt patch on. But this is what we've got for right now to get us started. The first room I'm working on is Gryffindor because I have black and red fabric on hand. One thing you'll probably learn about me is that I like to try to work with what I've got first and then go buy stuff later. Here is the floor for that first Gryffindor room. So I'll put a wall around this edge because Gryffindor is in a tower, and I'll have 3 more sections like this for each house. So there'll be able to be a little doll in her room in each house. But today we're just going to make some accessories, and I'll go more into the floor and that room building later. I just wanted to kind of set the stage for what that is. So one of the things I want to give a try is, I did actually go shopping today, so I've got a few more supplies. I'm going to try to make a little broom. So this might end up being a little bit long. We'll see how this goes. So these were just these little wooden stakes with wire attached to the end. This is my first attempt at making this. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and we'll kind of adjust as we go and see how that works. So I'm going to be using the stick, obviously, for the broom handle. The wire, we'll see. I might use that to help secure the doll on the broom, or to have her help hold the broom up. So I might just leave that. That's yet to be decided. Then I've got these little tiny foam balls, which I'm going to use to give kind of the broom some shape, possibly. And then I've got a bunch of these different colored like fake straw bundles. So I'm going to use these to make the end of the broom. And I've yet to decide 100% which color I'm going to make, because I'm not going to paint this one. I'm just going to leave it as is, just to kind of play with it. So this is where we're going to start, and we're just going to see how it all goes. Here I put the cardboard underneath my work so that I didn't get the glue everywhere. Prior to stabbing the foam ball with the stake, I did dip it in Mod Podge to help adhere the foam to the stake. And then here I began to cut the raffia pieces, but due to the angle of my camera, it was really hard to see. So you'll just have to see the finished product. I decided that the ball shape was a little bit too big for what I was going for, so I used an X-Acto knife to trim it down a little bit. The angle is a little bit awkward because I was trying to keep it in frame, so if you are a younger person, not an adult, watching this, make sure if you try doing something like this at home to ask your parents for help with this part. So here you can see that I clearly put the raffia pieces on. I taped them down with this waterproof tape made for making floral arrangements. I wrapped that around a few times on the top. Here's the card for that. I did get this from Michael's, by the way. This, the foam, the raffia, and the stakes I all got from Michael's. As you can see, the raffia strands are a little bit too long at the end here. So after I form this down like this, I'll be trimming them down to a little bit better length. I'm just working to make it a little bit smoother throughout the main part of the broom there. And here I have my finished broom. This middle part here is still a little bit big. It's a little bit bigger than I think I wanted. But it's my first attempt, so we'll see how I feel about that. We're going to go ahead and add a kickstand next. I've got a little piece of copper wire, which I'm going to be wrapping around the stem here, or the handle of the broom. And then making little loops for both to help it stand up, and then if my doll was able to actually bend her knees, her feet would be bracing on here. So there, now that we have these nice little kickstands, you can go ahead and stand it up just like that. So here is my finished attempt at Melody's broom. I think it turned out pretty good overall. I'm not 100% on it. I did add a little bit of glue to that kickstand there, so that's still drying. I also still have the wire attached to the top, which I'm currently using to help secure it to her hand, and also might be help to secure it when positioning it for placement later. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good, and I'm fairly pleased with the result, though I think there's a few things I might tweak for next time. Again, I don't think it's a bad first attempt at all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you subscribe and come back for more. Thanks, guys!